Namaste. Hare Krishna Mantra. Shri Agni Namaha. Namaste. Shri Krishna Namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste. Good morning. Mic test. Ana Bekoak Gedulak Yamineka Tatil Gerura Gabel Rinat Ameka Sagvenu Taharenu Nora. Guess that. 대구군 하나페시 곁들 호그마 The more I heal, the more all my pains are becoming more visual. And hopefully not just to myself, but to other people as well. I'm gonna go all out. This Dikukun Hanepesh is gonna be a little more special. Okay. Bina, Bina, Bina. 하사드. 깨부라. 드파라트. 내짝. 고드. 야소드. 말추트. 와. 나 기볼 도르쉐이 이후데카 게바바트 쇼무람 바르캄 다하람 라카메이 지드카테카 다미드 고물람 카신 가토시 베로브 두베카 나헬 아다테카 야키드 게에 레아메카 베네 조크레이 게두샤테카 샤바테누 까벨 오시마 자아카테누 요데아 다알누모트 Namaste. Yeah, yeah. For protection for the day. What is he talking about protection? Must be in the Chinese mafia or something. My mafia members are angels of the day. the angel of the month. No, I'm not speaking in quotes. Why? I didn't mean to. It was instinctive. Someone once told me instinctual is not a word. And you said you shouldn't say less people, you should say fewer people. Because less people is like saying worser. This is worser than I thought. Kind of thing. Less people. Way worser. No, that's instant time out for you. Like, you're going too far, drop. So you gotta teach him like when to get greedy with everything, just like a pig. How to pig everything. How to teach a pig to do everything. How to pig everything. A pig to Harvard, Mom? No. I hear that all these colleges are a scam. I hope it's not true, because that's what all children live for, is Santa Claus. I mean, Harvard. No, be careful with this water. My equipment is really cheap. What that translates into means yeah, that it's not very stable and it's flimsy. Why won't it stay? I don't understand. Okay, I think I got it. Make that more straight. Yes. Okay, cool. So somehow and this is the ultra modern technology thing. And you could do mirror flip. Yeah, cool. I'll say it twice from now. I'll teach how to say it. Namaste. Namaste. Sorry, this camera angle isn't the best. It's the best I could do right now with my cheap equipment. But still have mirror flip. Sorry. Mirror flip is such a technical term. If you said that in, 1,000 years ago somewhere, with a translation thereof, mirror flip, the ancients might freak out. What? I know mirror, I know flip. Mirror flip. It's a new concept. Is life real? Yes, it is real. Yes, it is real. Yes, it is real. I said it 3 times, so it must be. What's the proof of life being real? I said it 3 times. What authority have you? self. But not yet. So, okay, so Hare Guru Shunu Hare Guru Shunu Guru Shunu Guru Shunu Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay. If you watch this every day, like just the writing part every day, you might actually learn how to write the mantra one day without even having written it. So I know how to write the mantra. I'll show you for the first time. Never written it before, but it's all in my head. I have it memorized. I watched it 365 times. 2-3 minutes a day, 365 days a year. No, I only do it 6 days a week, so like 365 minus 52. 311. No, 313. Yeah, sounds better for me. Wait, I did the math wrong. Who's telepathic here? 365 minus 52 is, I was right. 313. 13. Okay, a mirror unflip. Yeah, the setup is not stable. No, is it? Aesthetically pleasing. Aesthetically pleasing and the setup don't go together. Like, is that something weird? Like, aesthetically pleasing. It's trying to make us look bad. Well, us. Who's us? The setup. Cheap setup. Oh, I did it right this time. Namaste. Thank you. Alright, so I'm contemplating what I should do. I could go all in. Should I go all out? Yeah, go all out. That's the message. When you listen to your instinct, you pick up on like signs of the nerves. Forget like the signs of the weather. Oh, the rain's gonna come. Look at the clouds. Signs of the nerves. I just went. My spine just tingled. I know what this means. Sorry. I guess I'm taking a break for now. Okay, let me prepare for the next part. Garuda Purana, chapter 13. The setup's a little funky. I see. A little better. Okay. Try to do this. my Superman cape. Yeah. What color is your Superman cape? Mine's red and white. How about yours? You're missing the blue. I mean, I need to add that somewhere. Put a sticker. Put what do you call it? The thing that you put on your bag. Mostly teenagers do it. I forget what it's called. Something pen, safety pin. Tip of the tongue. Tip of the tongue. I can't even say tip of the tongue when I'm actually going through a tip of the tongue phenomenon. It's like I'm going through a tip of the tongue. Double tip of the tongue. Double tip of the tongue. Okay. I'm no longer taking a break. I don't think. Maybe I should take a break. I'll take a break right now. I'll read you today's headlines and then I'll go to that'll warm me up. Top stories from MSN, 9 top stories, and they're cut off. Sometimes it says ... expanded, so that's why I stop and read it again because it doesn't show everything. Sorry, technical stuff. Biden commutes sentences of 37 of 40 inmates on federal death row. U.S. House report finds Matt Gaetz violated law with sexual misconduct. Drug use, CBS reports. Shohei Ohtani wins 3rd AP Male Athlete of the Year award, tying Michael Jordan for one shy of record. Governor hospitalized after being bucked off a new horse. What a merger between Nissan and Honda means for the automakers and the industry. Nissan and Honda's merging. It sounds almost like when they coined the euro. The European countries are uniting. What? Nissan and Honda. Okay. Starbucks strike expands to 3 more cities ahead of Christmas. Elaborate holiday light displays are making spirits bright in a big way. Over 170 skiers and snowboarders rescued after gondola malfunction in Colorado. Gondola. Trump wants mass deportations. For the agents removing immigrants, it's a painstaking process. That's from the Associated Press. What are they hiding? I mean, sorry. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Maybe I should lower this. Maybe I should always check it. And that's a better idea. I guess this is a one-man show. Namaste. Never thought of it that way until now. Attends. Tarayoda shotianya hu. Garuda uvancha. Sapinanduina bitim. Buruhi sudakasya cha nilnoyam. Shaya badanam. Sapagrim. Teshum cha mahimam prapo. Shri Bhagavan uvancha. Shiranu Tankushuya, Brabakushuyami, Sapirundosia Kilam, Kuriyam, Bratanama, Paritiaja, Yayan, Petruganue, Bishat Na Penunduo, Milito, Yeshum, Pitamaha Nopatishu Tananti Danani Putrail Datatanya Katana Putrail Datatanya Nekat Putrail Datatanya Nekata Ashudataha Siat Sadan Putro Na Shudutayati Katana Sutake Na Nibaltetta Sapi는 Dui Karanam Binai Tasmat Putreno Kaltabiam Sutakanante Sapi는 Dui Namu Sutakan Te Prabakushuyumi Saibeshwum Jan Yatochitan Brahmanosutu Dashahena Kushotriyo Tuba Dashahani Vaishyaha Panchadashahena Shudro Masena Shutyati Dashahena Sapinanda Sutu Shutyananti Bratasu Take Durira Tureno Sakulia Sutu Sunataban Shudutayananti Kotrajaha Jatulte Dasharatram Siat Shanani Shah Pumsi Panjame Shashutue Jaturaha Brokotam Sabatame Jan Dinatarayam Ashitame Dinamekam Tu Nabame Praharadbayam Dashame Snanamatram Hi Mulutakam Janamasu Takam Deshanantaragataha Kasechete Churu Nuyadio Hia Nildasham Yachechesham Dashara Trasian Dabadeba Shuchil Pavet Atikranante Dashahetu Trira Tramashupil Chil Pavet Trira Tramasuchil Pavet Sambat Sare Piati Te Tu Snanamatra Dvishutyati Adia Pagadbayam Yabana Muratakasya Jan Sutake Dvitiye Patite Jan Diat Sutaka Chudati Rishyate Jan Diat Sutaka Chudati Rishyate Dananta Janana Tasadia Jaulan Naishil Shiki Jaulan Naishiki Sumuratan Trira Trama Brata Deshad Dashara Tramatah Trira Trama Brata Deshad Dashara Tramatah Param Janamatasu Jaulanantam Yatra Kanya Vipadyate Sadia Hushaucham Pavet Tatra Salvapal Nueshu Nitya Shahu Tato Vagada Parianantam Yabateka Hamebahi Atahu Param Paraburudanam Trira Tramiti Dishichayahu Bhaka Pradane Kurutat Batra Chinyayam Jopayatas Triyaham Jopayatas Triyaham Pitulvarasya Jan Tato Tatatanam
팔두레바 히 쇼는 마사 피하는 딸을 야바드갈 파스라보 바베디아디 따당 마사 마이스땅 삼 디바 사이흐 슈드티리시어테 아따 울트밤 스바장 디우크타마 샤우잠 스바장 디우크타마 샤우잠 따수 비디아테 사디아흐 샤우잠 사피는드남 갈파시아 빠따네 사띠 살베슈 메방 발노남 수다케 무르타케 비방 다샤하 저추드 티리디에슈 다샤하 저추드 티리디에슈 갈라우 샤스트라시아 디시자야흐 실바담 데바푸잔 브라티우트타나 비바는다나무 바리양은 끝에 바리양은 깨 샤야남 스파이샴나 코리아는 모르타수 타케 삼티암 다남 자밤 호맘 스바티아얌 베트르 딸파너무 브라흐마 포지암 브라탐 나이바 깔타비암 모르타수 타케 니티아나이미티카 까미암 수타케 야흐 사마차레트 다시야 불바크르탐 니티아디캄 깔마 디바시아티 프란티노 마는트라푸 타시아 사그니카시아 드비자시아 짱 브라흐만디시타시아 야티노 나히 라지냠 짱 수타카무 비바 호트 사바야지녜슈 짱테 짱 모르타수 타케 다시야 불바크르탐 짱는남 포지암 자는마누라 브라비트 수타케 야스투 그르흐노티 다다지냐나는나 도셔파급 땅땅 도셔마바 브노티 야짜까야 다다는 나비 브라츠차디야 수타캄 야스투 다다디아는 남 드비자야짱 지냐 드발 그르흐너는 디예 비브란 도셔파 자스타 에바히 다스마트 모르타카슈드 티알탐 다스마트 모르타카슈드 티알탐 비투흐 코리아트 사피는 두이나무 코리아트 사피는 두이나무 코리아트 사피는 더나무 sorry 따따흐 베트르가노이흐 살드탐 베트르로감 사가츠차티 드바다샤헤 드리파쿠슈에 반 셔느마세 바트사레피 반 사피는 두이 까라넘 브로크탐 무니피스타트트바 달시피흐 마양 두 브로치아테 땅알쿠슈유 샤스드라 탈마 누사라타흐 자툴노 메방 발노남 드바다샤헤 사빔도 나무 아니티아 드칼리 탈마놈 부소 자이바 유셔흑구쇼야 자이바 유셔흑구쇼야트 아스티라트 바즈 차리 아스티라트 바즈 차리라시아 드바다샤헤 브라샤시아트 브라타바는 토트 사바디니 브라타시오디아바니 Pratasio diapanani 짱 비방하디 바베는 나이바 무르테 짱 그러하메티니 피쿠슐 나 그르흐너디 하는 따까리 나 그르흐너테 니티암 나이미트티캄 루피에디아 바트 피는덤 루피에디아 바트 피는덤 나 멜리타무 깔마로파트 프라티아바이 바베트 따스마트 사피는더 나무 니라그니까흐 사그니코 반 드바다샤헤 사마짜레트 야트팔람 살바틸 테슈 살바야지네슈 야트팔람 따트팔람 사마방아프노티 드바다샤헤 사피는더나트 아타흐 스나트반 부르타스타네 구마예노팔레피테 샤스드로크테나 비타네나 사피는두임 가라야트 수타흐 바디알 티아 자마니야 디알 비시베다밤 시장 바디알 티아 자마니야 디알 비시베다밤 시장 부자야트 구피트레 비키람 따트반 부나라파 우파스푸루샤트 다디아트 피타마하디남 드리피는덤 시장 야타그라마무 바수루드랄 가루바넘 자툴탐 무르타카시아짱 잔다나이스 둘라시 바트라일 두 바일답 디 바이흐 잔다나이스 둘라시 바트라일 두 바이 잔다나이스 둘라시 바트라일 두 바일 디 바이흐 수보차나이흐 무카바사이흐 수바스트라이시짱 다쿠슈이너 피시짱 부자야트 브라타피는덤 드리탕 그르트반 수발너시아 샬라카야 피타마하 디피는두에슈 멜라야트담 부르타크 피타마히야 사맘 방아투흐 피타마하 사맘 피투흐 사피는두이 까라넘 구리아디티 땅알구슈여 마땀 마마 모르테 피타리 야시아타 비디아테 짱 피타마하흐 테나 테야스트라야흐 피는두흐 프라피타마하뿔 바카흐 대피아시짱 바이트르감 피는덤 멜라야트담 드리탕아 그르담 마타리아그레 프라샤는다얌 비디아테 짱 피타마히 더덩 마트르카시라드 테피 구리아트 바이트르카바드 비티무 야드반 마이 마하라쿠쇼미암 타요흐 베는덤 짱 멜라야트 아포트라야흐 스트리야흐 구리아트 파티흐 사피는더나디까무 시바시라디피흐 사하이바시아흐 사피는두이 까라넘 파베트 발트라디 피스트리피흐 까리암 사피는두이 까라넘 스트리야흐 나이타는 마마 마땀 땅 구슈여 바티안 사피는두이 마이하티 Sapienum duium hati. Ekam citam samaruto tamampati yadi kansyapam. Turunamanantarataha kurutavan Shivashura destada charet. Ekam eva sutaha kuriada dao pinundo di campituha. Tadul tubam chan prakulditan satyaha sunanam punashacharet. Hutan sham nyan samaruto tashaha pyanantare sati. Tasyan 팔돌디네 가리암 차야다남 사피는더남 그릇드반 사피는더남 땅을 고슈여 브라코리아트 베트로 달파너무 브라코리아트 베트로 달파너무 우다하레트 스바타까람 베다마는 드라이흐 사마는 비땀 아티팀 보자야트 빠시짱드 타는 따까람짱 살바당알 때나 드르피아는데 드르피아는디 비따로 무나요 데바다나방흐 그런 사마드라 파베드 피쿠슈 자툴그라 삼두 보시칼라무 보시칼라니 짱 자트바리 하는 따까로 미티야테 사피는 누염 비프라짜라농 보자야츠 짜는다나 보자야츠 짜는다나 그셨다이흐 다남 따스마이 브라다 따비야마쿠셔이야트르프티 했다베 브라다 따비야마쿠셔이야트르프티 했다베 발셔부르트티 크르탐 자는남 수발남 라자탐 수감 아시밤 가자라탐 푸미마자리아야 브라다파야트 따따시짱 보자야는 많은 드라이허 보자야는 많은 드라이허 스바스티바 짜나 불바까무 스바스티바 짜나 불바까무 쿰쿰마 그셔타나이 베디아일 그라하느 쿰쿰마 그셔타나이 베디아일 그라하느 데비 비나야까무 짜리아스투 따따흐 고리아다 피슈에감 사마는 드라까무 바드트바이 수드람 까레 다디아는 맘드라부 땀스타타 그쇼땀 다디아는 맘드라부 땀스타타 그쇼땀 따따시짱 보자야드 비프라는 미실떠는 나일 비비타이흐 미실떠는 나일 비비타이흐 슈파이흐 다디아드 사다쿠 슈이넘스 디에테피아흐 다디아드 사다쿠 슈이넘은 다디아드 사다쿠 슈이넘 스테피아흐 다디아드 사다쿠 슈이넘 스테피아흐 사잘라는 나드 비셔드 카터는 사잘라는 나드 비셔드 카터는 사잘라는 나드 비셔드 카터는 바리아 유타프라 또 다스투 바리아 유타프라 또 다스투 다는 더스투 드비자 포자나트 스파라실터 비아 나는 따람 발노이 허슈드타예 람스테 발노이 허슈드타예 람스테 따따흐 그라마트 에밤 사피는 더남 그르트바이 그리야 바스트라노이 삼티아자트 슈크함은 바라타로 푸트바이 샤야다남 브라다 파예트 샤야다남 브라샴사는티 살베테바흐 사바사바흐 다스마츠 차이야 브라다타비야 마라노에 지비테피바이 사라다루마임 라미암 수치트라이 수치트라이 수치트리타이 드르터무 바트터수트라이 비타니탐 헤마파트라이라 람끄르탐 헤마파트라이라 람끄르탐 함사술이 프라티츠 차는남 슈파실 쇼파타니까마 슈파실 쇼파타니까마 브라치차다나 파토 유크탐 브라치차다나 파토 유크탐 보시바가는 타이허 수바시탐 디비아바는 타이허 수바드탐 자 수비샬람 수카프라담 샤야메밤비탐 그르트바히야 스트르타얌 미아세드 푸비 차트라디발라얌 라우피암 자마라사나 파자나무 포릉은가라카다샤 포릉은가라카다샤 만자발너비타나까마 샤야나시야 파베트 김치디아츠짜니야 파베트 김치디아츠짜니야 두파카란까마 파베트 김치디아츠짜니야 두파카라까마 파베트 김치디아츠짜니야 두파카라까마 따트 사이밤 파리타스타시야흐 스베스타네 니오자야트 다시암 삼스타바야드 타임암 하림 라크시미 사마는 비타마 살바 파라너 사미유크타마 유탐은 바라너 사미유탐 살바 파라너 사미유크타마 유탐은 바라너 사미유탐 바라 사미유탐 살바 파라너 사미유크타마 유탐은 바라 사미유탐 스트리놈 짱 샤야네 트르트발 가지잘라 라크타 궁궁쿠마마 가지잘라 라크타 궁궁쿠마마 바스드람 부셔디감 야즈짱 살바메바 프라다파야트 다똥 비프람 사파트니감 가는 타포시파이랄 람끄르타마 가는 타포시파이랄 가는 타포시파이라 가는 타포시파이라 람끄르타마 갈능은 굴리야 파라노이흐 가는 터수드라이시짱 깐짜나이흐 우슈누이셔 무드따리얌 우슈 갈능은 굴리야 파라노이흐 가는 터수드라이시짱 깐짜나이흐 우셔누이셔 무드따리얌 짱 쫄락감 바리타야 짱 스타바야투 수카샤이야야 스타바야투 수카샤야얌 라크시미 나라야너 그라타흐 꿈꾸마이흐 보시파마라 필하림 라크시밈 사말자야트 보자야르 로카파람 시장 그라하느 데비비나야카무 우드따라 비무코 부트발 그르히트발 구수만잘리무 우주짱 라예디맘 마는드람 비프라시아 보라따흐 스티따흐 여탕 그르셔너 드바디양 스티 이샤이양 구슈이 로다사가레 따탕 부야다슈 니에얌 마마 자는마니 에밤 보시반잘림 비뿌레 프라티마얌 하레흐 구슈이 베트 따따흐 소파스카람 샤야다남 삼가를 빠뿔 바까무 다디아드 브라토 파데스트르 다디아드 브라토 파데시트레 슈트레 짱 구라베 브라흐마바디네 슈트레 다디아드 브라토 파데시트루에 슈트루에 짱 구라베 브라흐마바디네 그로하노 브라흐마노남 드밤 고다티 짱 길다야느 안돌라야드 드바잠 안돌라야드 드바잠 라크시밈 하린짱 샤야네 스티타무 따따흐 브라다쿠슈이누이 그르티아 브라누이 마티아 브라누이 파티아 비살자야트 살보 바까라 너이리우 그땅암 브라다디아 다티수는다라무 샤야얌 수카수프티알탐 그로함짱 미파베 사티 지바마나흐 스바하스테나 야디 샤야암 다다티 야흐 단지바탄 부르쇼트 살감 발바노슈 사마짜레트 에바메카시안 다타비안 바후남 짱 가다짜나 상 비파크탄 짱 비크리탄 다다람 바타야티야타흐 바트레 브라다야 샤야남 밤치땀 팔라마푸누야트 비탄 짱 다다 다나야흐 바라트레하 짱 모다테 모라는 다라그루헤 디비에 수리아푸트라 라야피 짱 우파티시터는나 사는데 하흐 샤야다나 브라파바타흐 비마나바라마루트흐 세비야마노프사로가노이흐 푸타사문플라밤 야바트티시터 그땅은까 발지타흐 야바트티시터 강은까 발지타흐 살바딜 테슈 따트푸누염 살바발바디네슈 짱 데피아시 짱 피아티감 부누염 샤야다 노드 파밤 파베트 에밤 따트트반 수타흐 샤얌 바다다남 브라다바야트 따츠추르누슈바 마야키아담 야타바드가타야미테 차트로바나하 바스트라누이 무드리까 짱 까마는더루흐 사남 반짜바드라누이 바담 반짜비탐 스무르땀 다는두에나 다무라바드레너 히야마는 날 보자 나이라삐 아타 야진요 바비 다이시짱 바담 산불 너땅 브라자트 드라요다샤 빠다니 드탐 야타 샤크티야 비타야짱 드라요다샤 피오 비뿌레피아 비뿌레피아흐 브라다디아드 드바다샤하니 아네나 바다다네나 타이미까 야는티 사드가티무 야마마이가 가타남 짱 바다다네 수카파라다무 아타파시아 트람파이 로토 다히아테 예나 마나바흐 차트라다네나 수치차야 자야테 다시아 무드타니 아티 삼카트 삼킬 누에 야마로카시아 발트마니 아시바루 터시짱테 야난티 다다테 야디우파나하오 시도시노파담 시도시노파다 두허카니 따트라 코라누이 캐짜라 바스드라다나 프라파베노 수캄 니스타라테 파티 야마두다 마하라우드라흐 가랄라흐 그르시너빔갈라흐 나 비더야는티 땀 말을 말게 무드리가야흐 브라다나타흐 바호 칼마사마 길노에 늘바테 또야발지테 까마는더루 브라다네나 또르슈이타흐 비바테 잘라무 무르토드데시나 요 다디아 두두바트람 짱 따무라자무 다디아 두다바트람 짱 따무라자무 브라파다나사하스라시아 야트팔람 소슈누테 두바무 아사네 보자네 짱이바 따뜻해 사미야그 드비장 따예 수케나 붕은 끝에 바테얌 바티 까즈찬 샤나이흐 까즈 찬찬아이흐 샤나이흐 에밤 사피는 더 나디네 끄르뜨뜨반 다남 비타나타흐 바후느 삼포자야드 비뿌라느 야흐 시바바가디가나피 따따흐 사피는 더나 둘 트바마발 말바삼 사피는 더나 둘 트바말바삼 바트사라다피 브라티마삼 브라다 따비오 잘라꾸문파흐 사피는 더까흐 그루타시아 까라넘 나세티 브라타카리아 드르테 카가 브라탕알탐 뚜 뿌나흐 구리아 다쿠쇼야 쇼이야 드르프티 헤타베 구리아 다쿠쇼야 드르프티 헤타베 아톰 비셰셴 바쿠쇼유미 마시카시아 부디카시아 부디카시아 짱 바쿠쇼이카시아 비셰셴 짱 비셰셔티 티슈 무르테 파울노마시암 무르토 야스투 짜툴티 다시아 우니까 짜툴티암 뚜 무르토 야스투 나바미 다시아 우니까 나바미암 뚜 무르토 야스투 리크탄 다시아 짜툴다시 이티에밤 바쿠쇼이감 슈라드탐 구리아드빔 샤티메 디네 Eka eva yadan masahu samkrananti devaya samyutahu samkrananti devaya samyutahu masa devaya gatam shiradatam malamase hi shasyate Ekasuminen masi masau devau yadi siyatam dayol devayohu da beba bakusho da beba dati ditha yasrim ditha yasrim shadeva hi dityalte pratame bolbo dvitiyalte dadutarahu masabiti buddhaishi janan diao buddhaishi janan diao malama sasya matiagao asamkranante ja kaltaviam sapinen dui karanam kaga tataiba masikam shiradatam banshwikam pratame tatangai Sambatu sarasya matietu yadi siadati masakahu siadati masakahu tadan trayodashe mansi kriyan pratasya banshwiki 비는더 발지야마 삼크라는데 비는더 삼이웃다마 Prati sambat saram shirad tamebam masad bayapi jam ebam sambat sare pulnue banshuikam shirad tama charet tasminen napi bisheshweno pojaniya tibija tayahu Kuriat sambat sara dul dbam Kuriat sambat sara dul tbam shirad te 비는더 드라얌 사당알 에코드 디시담 나 깔타비암 때나 시아드 베트로 카 따까흐 딜타시라드 탐 가야시라드 탐 가자즈 차얌 자 바이트르 까무 아부다마티에 나 굴비타 그라하노에 나 유가디슈 야단 보트레노 바이카리암 가야 시라드탐 카게시바라 다단 삼바트 사라 둘 트밤 깔타비암 베트르 파크티타흐 가야 시라드타트 바라무티아는데 삐따로 파바사가라트 가다타라 누가라 해너 때 야는티 파라맘 까티무 두라시 만자리 피시짱 부자야드 비슈누 파두감 다시야 라바디 딜 테슈 다시야 라바디 딜 테슈 비눈드는 다디야 디아타 그라마무 다시야 라바디딜 테슈 비는드는 다디야 디아타 그라마무 I'm being harassed, that's why I read it twice. 오드 타레트 사브탄 꼬트라누이 꿀라메 꼬트따람 샤따무 샤미 파트라 파라마누에나 비는담 다디아드 가야시레 I need like somebody to protect me while I'm reciting Sanskrit. The humans with demon possessions, like even the victims of serious crime, has demons inside of them. They react to the Sanskrit. So even if the victim is a good person, they end up hurting the good person, another good person, because they're demon possessed. They have they're reacting with the Sanskrit, and the demons are controlling them, the victims of the crime. So that's how far it goes. So if that's the case of the victim, responding to Sanskrit who are demon possessed because of the crimes, imagine what the attackers are like. That's what I'm dealing with here. Both of them. Kayam 우드 타레트 사브탄 고트라누이 꿀라메꽃 Kulame kotutaram shatam. Shami patra parama nuena pinandam dadiad kaya shire. Kaya mupetia yah shiradatam karoti kulanandanah. Sapalam tasya tajijanama jayate pituratushituidam. Pituratushituidam. Shuruyate japi piturapilgita gata kageshivara. Ikushiva kol manuputrasya. Ikushiva kol manuputrasya. Kala popavane sutsuraiha. Api nasate pavisyananti kule sanamai gashi linaha. Kaya mupetia ye pinandana ta sianantiasata ta sianantiasamat kamadashra ta sianantiasama kamadarat ta sianantiasama kamadarat. Evama mushimikim ta kushuya yah karoti kriyam sutaha. Sa siat sukhi pavena muktaha. Kaushika siat majo yatan. Paradvan jat majah sabta pukutvan janama paraman param. Gurutvan pi govatam ta kushuya muktaha betur prasadataha. Sabta vyatan dashal nueshu murugah galanjare kirel. Chakrabakah sharadvipe hamsah sarasi manase. Tapi jatah kurukushwetre brahmano pedaparagah. Betur pakatiyan jan te saibe katan mukutim divijan majah. Tasmat saiva prayatanena betur pakato pabena narah. Iha loke pare papi betur pakatiyan sukhi pabet. Etatai kushuya maya kyatam salvame baultuva tehikam. Putravan cha pradam punuyam petul mukti pradayakam. Punuyam petul mukti pradayakam. Niltanopi narah kashichidyah shurunoti katamimam. Sopi papa bene mukoto danasya palama punuyat. Vitina gurute yasutu shradatam danam mayoditam. Shurunuyad karudam japi shurunu tasyapi yat palam. Pitan tadati sataputran Kutanani pitamahah. Tanadata pavet sopi yasutasya prapitamahah. Tadyad vipulamananadiam burudatasatu prapitamahah. Subhuta turupatah shiradatena saive tatavan puturasya panchitam. 가르차는디 탈마말 가이시장 탈마라자시야 마는디람. 따뜨라 탈마사파얌 때 디시타는디 바라마다라트. 수당 우방장 에밤 시리 비슈누나이 브로크타마울트바다나 사무드 파밤. 브로크타마울트바다나 사무드 파밤. 슈르트바이 마하트미야마툴람 가루두오 할쇼마가타흐. Iti Shri Garuda Puranoe Sarodetare Sapinendo Nadi Salva Kalma Nirupanam Sapinendo Nadi Salva Kalma Nirupanam Nama Trayodashotyayah. Oh, I got through. It was rough, but I got through. It's all that counts at this point, because I'm not looking for a one-hit wonder. I'm like the exact opposite of the, what is it? The One Punch Man, the enemy. It takes me 1 trillion hits to take a jab at my enemy. And it takes a really, 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 really long time. It's like my single jab consists of 1 trillion hits, and it lasts 6 months. And the effect of it kind of itches a little bit. Okay. Translation and then taking a break. That was rough. I was being harassed because I realized today that it's also the victims of crime who are gonna be attacking me on top of the actual bad people. The victims of crime carry with them the demons that they were harassed by, or they were subjugated by. So they're under the control of Satan. These are victims of, not all victims of crime. The victims who are fighting against the things that happen to them, like me. Something bad happened to me, so I'm healing myself. Those are good people. Like, I'm part of the good people who are trying to heal myself from a misfortune. Now there are people who have suffered misfortune and who are noticing that another is trying to heal from a similar situation, and when that happens, they get either jealous or something crazy happens to them. And all I can say is that they're demon possessed. They're under the control of demons. These are some victims of crimes. That's what I didn't know before. I didn't know that the demons were controlling the some victims of crime, but apparently they are, and that's really big news. They're called enablers. That's an automatic enabler. That's like if you want to find an example of an enabler, you'll find them within the victims of crime. Period. So that's what I'm dealing with here. So it's not just the attackers, of serious crime who are harassing me while I'm reading Sanskrit. It's also the victims of serious crime. Something serious happened to them. This is not just normal, like, oh, somebody hit my car stuff. This is like somebody, like, did horrible stuff you can't say on TV or YouTube over a period of time, and God knows that's like a killer, Hello, Guitz. Sorry, my response is a little later, so I don't know what you're responding to, but yeah, thank you for agreeing with me. That's what I'm dealing. Okay, so you are agreeing with me as well. I am not only dealing with attackers of serious crime who are demon possessed. Obviously, they're demons themselves in human forms. They are attacking me while I'm reading Sanskrit. I'm also being attacked by victims of serious crime. Like, maybe this woman got, had some men do horrible stuff to them for over a period of time, and there are demons in her who, she has no power to heal herself, so she must harass me, who's trying to heal himself from a similar situation that she's been through. That's what I'm dealing with here. I realized that today. And this even goes for the landlord who calls herself a preacher. She's a victim of a serious crime. She's demon possessed, and I can honestly say that she's harassing me. Why? Because she's demon possessed. She's a victim of a serious crime. She's living in constant fear. So when she sees something unusual, she has to think differently. She can't process it normally. It's not fair for her to process something miraculous normally. So and this is one thing I don't like about, like, some people is when they see something miraculous, they dismiss it right away. Like they ridicule it. Like they'll try to snuff it away. They'll try to snuff it, they won't just pass by. They won't just leave it alone. They'll try to snuff it away. Are they guilty? Hell yes. They're guilty as hell. Do they deserve to go to hell? Depends on what they, try to snuff. They're trying to snuff a life out of me? I don't know. What kind of crime, what kind of punishment does that deserve? I want to know your answers right in the comment section. I'm trying to heal myself. I'm being harassed by serious criminals and victims of serious criminals. Ugh. It's almost like I stepped into their world. Hey, leave us alone, man. We're victims of crime, and I'm a serious criminal. And like you can't just like, divide the banza kaima between us. There has to be victims. There has to be. Really? Seriously? Is that what we're dealing with here? Alright, so let me just finish reading this. That was my break. Chapter 13, on account of the ceremony for all the ancestors. Garuda said, "Tell me, O Lord, about the method of the Sapindo rite, the removal of pollution, and the gift of a bed and accessories." The Blessed Lord said, "Listen, O Daikushriya, and I will explain to you the entire Sapiendo rite, by which the condition of breath dies left behind and the soul enters the class of the Pitaras. Those whose Pindandas have not been mixed together with the ancestors called the Shiva and the rest are not uplifted by the various gifts made by the sons. If the sun is always impure, they are never purified. Without the Sapinanda rite, the impurity does not depart. Therefore, the Sapinanda at the end of the pollution period should be performed by the sun. I will tell you about the ending of pollution to be observed by all." I'll read your comment after finishing reading it. Yeah, I'll just read it now. Everyone's just too nonchalant nowadays. I'll talk about it afterwards. Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. This helps me. This is the sole reason for me going online is like, I'm telling you, look what's going on here. I'm trying to heal myself and like, look what's going on. Like, look, they know what I'm doing. They don't care. A Brahmin becomes pure in 10 days, a Kshatriya in 12 days, a Vaishya in 15 days, a Shudra in a month. The Sapinanda relatives are purified from the death pollution in 10 days. The Sanakuliya relatives in 3 nights, and the Gotrajas are purified merely by bathing. Those who are related within the 4th degree to the deceased are purified in 10 nights, those in the 5th degree in 6 nights, the 6th 4 days, the 7th 3 days, the 8th a single day, the 9th a quarter of a day, the 10th merely till bathing. So long lasts the pollution of death and birth. If a person dies in a foreign land and one hears of his death, then the impurity lasts for the remaining portion of 10 days on which he hears the news. If after the lapse of 10 days he is polluted for 3 nights, if after a year he becomes pure even by bathing. If a second pollution comes during that from the first death, then the purification from the first pollution includes that from the second. If a boy who has not yet cut his teeth dies, purification is immediate. Before Tanshur, 1 night, it is said. Before the investiture with the thread, 3 nights, and afterwards 10 nights. If a girl dies between birth and Tanshur, purification is immediate, in all the castes alike. Up to betrothal, a single day, and from that to old age, 3 nights are authoritative. If after the betrothal ceremony, 3 days for both families, it should be understood. If after marriage, only the husband's family. If the embryo dies before 6 months, in as many days as the embryo lived a month, purity is regained. After this, the women are polluted according to the caste. If the embryo dies, purification of the Sapinanda relatives is immediate. During the Kali age, it is authoritatively declared in the Shastras 10 days purification for all the castes after births and deaths. Blessing the worship of the Shining Ones, reception of guests, salutation, lying on a bed and touching others should not be done during the death pollution. Santhya prayers, giving, reciting, fire offerings, religious study, offering to the forefathers, feeding of Brahmins, and the observance of vows should not be done during the death pollution. He who, during pollution, who performs the daily, the occasional, and the specially desired ceremonies, of him the regular and other ceremonies already done are lost. For one observing vows engaged in manantras or in fire offerings, or a twice born intent upon Brahman, an ascetic or a king, there is verily no pollution. Food prepared before marriage, festivals, and sacrifices, and before the pollution by birth or death can be eaten, so Manu declared. Whoever during pollution accepts through ignorance suffers no evil, but the giver, even though it be to a mendicant that he gives, suffers evil. Whoever hiding his pollution gives food to a twice-born, and the Brahmin, who knowing it accepts it, are both subjected to suffering. Therefore, for the purifying from pollution, one should perform the sapinanda ceremony for the father, who then goes to the world of the forefathers to join the multitudes of forefathers. I'm being harassed as I'm reading this. Like, I can't believe this. This monkeys. Like, that's all I could say. You don't want to listen to Sanskrit? You must not be a human being. You must be a monkey. I don't care who you are. You don't want to listen to Sanskrit? You're a monkey. You're not a human being. The truth-knowing sages have declared that the sapinanda ceremony should be on the 12th day, the third fortnight, the 6th month, or at the end of the year. Oh, you don't want to listen to English? Get out of my country. Get out of the U.S. If you don't want to listen to English, get out of the U.S. You don't want to listen to English? Get out of the U.S. But I stay Otakushia, following the scriptural ordinances that for the forecasts, the sapinanda should be on the 12th day. I can't believe this. You don't want to listen to English? Get out of this country. Get out of my country. You don't want to listen to English? Get out of my country. 내가 그랬다고 그렇게 생각하면 지금 생방송하고 있으니까 좀
아니 나는 그거가 아니라
잘못한 사람들한테 고정을 해야지 안 잘못한 사람한테 고정을 하면 엉뚱한 사람입니다.
아니 나는 아니라니까.
고맙습니다. 남았을 때.
아니 쌀 얘기하는 거야.
네.
왜 쌀이 나는.
Yeah, it's a victim of the crime. That's what I'm dealing with here. Victims of crime are guilty of another crime. They're heaping on bad karma on top of their bad karma. Not all of them. Some of them are. I just confirmed that now. So you got victims. You don't have just good people. Within victims, you have good people and bad people. I didn't know that before. Holy cow. I must try to be a good person then. I'm a victim myself. I'm a victim of a serious crime myself. That's why I can't act anymore. So I must really be careful. I have to be good because within victims, they're not just good people. Within victims, there are good people, good victims and bad victims. I didn't know that before. Did you guys know that before? I didn't know that. Okay, I'm gonna keep on reading. Food prepared before marriage, festivals and sacrifices, and before the pollution by birth or death can be eaten, so Manu declared. Whoever during pollution accepts through ignorance suffers no evil, but the giver, even though it be to a mendicant that he gives, suffers evil. Whoever hiding his pollution gives food to a twice-born, and the Brahmin who knowing it accepts it, are both subjected to suffering. Therefore, for the purifying from pollution, one should perform the sapinanda ceremony for the father, who then goes to the world of the forefathers to join the multitudes of the forefathers. The truth-knowing sages have declared that the sapinanda ceremony should be on the 12th day, the third fortnight, the 6th month, or at the end of the year. But I say with the Aikushia, following the scriptural ordinances, that for the forecasts the sapinanda should be on the 12th day. The 12th day is preferable because of the endless variety of the conditions in the Kali age, and because of the shortened life of men and the impermanence of the body. If a Brahmin whose householder dies, then investiture with the sacred thread The fulfillment of vows, marriage, and other ceremonies should not be done. Until the sapinendo has been performed, the mendicant should not accept alms, and guest offerings should not be accepted. The daily and the occasional ceremonies should be discontinued. By the omission of rites, sinfulness arises. Therefore, one should perform the sapinendo ceremony on the 12th day, whether he be without fire or with fire. The fruit which accrues from visiting all the sacred bathing places, the fruit which accrues from performing all sacrifices, that fruit is obtained by doing the sapinendo ceremony on the 12th day. Hence, having bathed and having cleaned with cow dung the place of death, the son should perform the sapinendo ceremony as laid down in the scriptures. Then he should worship the world deities with foot water, oblations, and ajamana. Next, having given rice balls to other departed ones, he should sip water. He should offer 3 rice balls in order to his grandfather and others in the forms of Basu, Rudra, and Alka, and the fourth rice ball to the dead. He should worship with sandal paste, leaves of the holy basil, incenses, lamps, agreeable foods, mouth scents, good cloths, and presents. Having divided the rice ball for the departed into 3 parts with a thin bar of gold, he should mix them severally with the 3 rice balls given to the grandfather and the others. It is my decision of the Arkushio that the sapinendo ought to be done, the mothers with the grandmothers and the fathers with the grandfathers. If the father dies while the grandfather still lives, 3 rice balls should be offered to the great-grandfather and his predecessors. The father's rice ball divided into 3 parts should be mixed with their rice balls. If the mother dies before the grandmother, then he should perform the mother's shraddha in the same way as the father's, or should mix the rice ball with both mine and great Lakshmi's. The husband should perform the sapinendo ceremony for his wife if she has no son. He should do the sapinendo for her along with the mother-in-law and others. The sapinendo rite for women should be done with that for the husband, his father, and grandfather. That otaikushio is not my opinion, because the wife being already half the body of her husband requires no sapinendo ceremony with regard to her husband. If husband and wife ascend the same funeral pyre, then having put grasses between them, he should perform it with that of the mother-in-law and father-in-law. Only one son should perform the rites, first the offering of a rice bowl and other things for the father, and after that, having bathed again, the rite for the mother. For the woman who has ascended the pyre during the 10 days, the sapinendo and the gift of a bed should be done on the same days as those of her husband. Having done the sapinendo or daikushuya, he should make the offering of water to the forefathers. He should utter, "Let there be swata," along the with biting manantras. Afterwards, he should always have a guest fed until he says hanta. By this, the forefathers, the sages, the shining ones, and the dhanavas are pleased. As much as a mouthful is called alms, 4 mouthfuls is abundance, and 4 abundances is called hantakara. During the sapinendo, he should worship the feet of a twice-born with sandal paste and colored rice, and make to him a gift for his continued satisfaction. He should have maintenance for a year, clarified butter, food, gold, silver, a good cow, a horse, an elephant, a chariot, and a plot of ground given to a preceptor. Then he should worship with manantras after saying, "Hail to thee, the planets Devi and Vinayaka," and with saffron, colored rice, and eatables. The preceptor should then with manantras sprinkle water, and having bound the thread upon the hand, should present the colored rice, also consecrated with manantras. Then he should have Brahmins fed with various pleasant sweetened foods, and he should give them presents and 12 pots with water and food. After the feeding of the twice-born, water, a weapon, scales, and a rod should be touched severally by the castes, who are respectively thus purified. Now I'm being harassed while I'm reading English. Man, just because I'm hurt and can't speak like a normal person. It takes me 3 to 5 times the effort of a normal person to speak, and now I'm being harassed while I'm speaking English? Really? The sapinendo ceremony having been thus performed, the cloths worn during the rite should be cast off, and white cloths having been donned, the gift of a bed should be made. Some Koreans cannot mind their own business, period. Why? They've been victims of serious crime. They're either serious criminals or victims of serious criminals. And this is why bad people are in every single nation, every single race, every single town has a bad person, because as long as there are serious criminals and serious victims of crime where you live, you have bad people. All the devas headed by Inindra extol the gift of a bed. Therefore, a bed should be given during life or else after death. Made of the choicest wood, delightful, painted in beautiful colors, strong, canopied with silken cloth, ornamented with gold leaves, having beautiful pillows stuffed with swan's down, together with the coverlet made fragrant with the scent of flowers, well bound with bright bands, broad and pleasant. Such a bed as this being made, it should be placed on the ground covered with cloth. An umbrella, a row of silver lamps, an oxtail fan, a seat, a vessel, a water pot, a mirror, and a canopy of 5 colors. And all the other accompaniments of the bed he should place round it in their proper places. On it he should have placed a golden hari, together with Lakshmi, with all the ornaments, weapons, and clothes. And in the case of women, having placed them on the bed, he should have the red dye, saffron, clothes, ornaments, and all the other necessary things. Then a Brahmin, with his wife adorned with fragrances and flowers, with ear and finger ornaments and golden necklaces, wearing a turban and an upper cloth and jacket, should be seated by him on the comfortable bed in front of Lakshmi and Narayana. And now I'm putting up like 10 times the effort because I'm being harassed. Instead of 3 to 5 times the normal effort, not even 20 times the effort. He should worship Hari and Lakshmi with saffron and flower garlands and adore the guardians of the world, the planetary spirits and Vinayaka. Facing north and holding flowers in his palms, he should pronounce this mantra standing in front of the Brahmin. Just as, O Krishna, your bed is the ocean full of milk, may this likewise be not empty in my future births. Thus he should place the handsful of flowers before the Brahmin and the image of Hari, and then the bed gift with its accompaniments according to the rite. He should give it to him who observes vows, is a teacher, and tells about Brahmin, and say, O Brahmin, receive these. How seldom does anyone so give? He should rock the twice-born and Lakshmi and Hari seated on the bed, and then, having walked round and bowed, give them leave. If he is rich, he should give a very beautiful house, furnished with all the necessaries, so that he may sleep happily on the bed. If a living man makes with his own hand the gift of a bed, there should be performed while he is still living, on full moon day, the dedication of a bull. This bed should be given to one only, and never to several. Divided or sold, it drags down the giver. Having given a bed to a deserving person, he may obtain the fruit of his desires. The father and the son giving it rejoices here and hereafter. At the celestial house of Inindra and at the abode of Yama, he will arrive without doubt through the potency of the gift of a bed. He will reside there free from trouble, seated in the best of chariots, waited upon by numbers of celestial damsels until the coming of the deluge. The merit from all the sacred bathing places, and on all the days of the changes of the moon, even superior to these, is the merit arising from the gift of a bed. Having thus made the gift of a bed, the son should have Buddhadana given. Listen to my words, and I will tell you the method of it. An umbrella, shoes, clothes, a signet ring, a water pot, a seat, a set of 5 vessels are called the 7 kinds of padas. This pada becomes complete with the step, a copper vessel, uncooked rice foods, valuables, and sacred threads. Having, according to his means, obtained these 13 padas, he should give them to 13 Brahmins on the 12th day. By this padadana, the righteous go to a good condition, and this padadana gives happiness to those who have gone on the way of Yama. There is there intense heat by which the man is scorched, but the gift of an umbrella makes pleasant shade above his head. And on the path in the world of Yama, full of great thorns, those who gave shoes go riding horses. The miseries of cold and heat and wind are joyful there, O bird, but by the power of the gift of clothes he goes happily along the way. The messengers of Yama, very terrible, fierce and brown black, do not trouble on the road him who made the gift of a signet ring. It is enveloped in great heat, is windless and without water. Through the gift of a water pot, he, when thirsty, drinks water. Who for the dead gives a water vessel made of copper certainly enjoys the fruit which is obtained by thousands of gifts of wells. Through properly giving to a twice-born a seat and a vessel, leisurely going on the path, he comfortably enjoys his provisions. Having thus given on the day the Sapinanda ceremony this gift as prescribed, he should have many Brahmins fed, as also Chandalas and other outcasts. Then after the Sapinanda and before the annual ceremony, and a water pot with rice balls should be given every month. There is no redoing what is done, excepting the rites for the departed or bird, but for the sake of the departed it may be done again as a means of unfading satisfaction. Now I shall tell you the rules concerning the monthly, the annual, and the fortnightly ceremonies, and of dying on lunar days. If one dies at the full moon, his rights fall on the 4th day. If one dies on the 4th day, his rights fall on the 9th. If one dies on the 9th day, his day is on the 14th. In these cases, one should perform the fortnightly Shraddha on the 20th day. When in one month two Shankaranantis occur, in the irregular month, the month being double, the Shraddha is not performed. When there are 2 months in 1 month, of those two, the 2 fortnights and the 30 days are the same. For the first half day, take the former. For the second half, the latter. Thus are understood by the wise the 2 months which are in the irregular month. The Sapinanda ceremony or birth should be done when there is no Sankarananta. Similarly, the monthly and the first annual Shraddhas. If there is an annual additional month in the middle of a year, then in the 13th month the annual ceremony for the departed occurs. When there is no Sankarananta, rice bowls are not used. When there is Sankarananta, rice bowls are proper. Thus the annual Shraddha should be done in both months. Thus at the end of the first year one should perform the annual Shraddha, and in that in addition the twice-born should be fed. After a year, one should always offer 3 rice balls at the Shraddha. The ceremony for one should not be done. By it, one becomes the destroyer of his forefathers. The Shraddha at a sacred bathing place, the Shraddha at Gaya, the Gajachachayam for the fathers. These he should not do during the year, not at eclipses, not on Yuga days. If the son performs the Shraddha at Gaya, O Lord of birds, it should be done after a year with devotion to the forefathers. The forefathers are free from the ocean of existence by the Shraddha at Gaya, and by favor of the Vishnu they go to the supreme state. He should worship the feet of Vishnu with the shoots of the holy basil, and in proper order offer rice balls round them. He who offers on the head of Gaya a rice ball of the size of even a shami leaf helps over 7 clans and 101 families. He who, delighting the family, having gone to Gaya, performs the Shraddha and gives satisfaction to the forefathers, his life is fruitful. O Lord of birds, the forefathers hear a song sung by the holy ones in Galapa, the garden of Ikushibaku, the son of Manu. Are there none in your family treading the good path, who, having gone to Gaya, will offer us rice balls with devotion? The son who thus performs the rites for the other world, O Darkoshuya, is happy and becomes liberated, like the son of Kaushika. The 7 sons of Paratavaja, having experienced a series of births, were liberated by the favor of the forefathers, O Darkoshuya, although they killed a cow. The 7 hunters in the country of Dasharnos, the deer on the mountain of Kaalinjira, the Chakravaka birds in Charadvipa, and the swans in the Manasa lake, were born as Brahmins, learned in the Vedas on the field of the Kurus, and all these sons of the twice-born attained liberation through devotion to the forefathers. Yeah, the victims of crime are sometimes they're demon-possessed to the point that the demons inside of them will control them to attack somebody who's trying to better himself who's gone through a similar situation as him or her. That's really news to me, but it also teaches me that I should be heedful of myself as well. I don't want to be a bad victim. You could be a bad victim. You could be a good victim or a bad victim of crime. I don't want to be a bad victim. I didn't know that before. Okay, cool. Therefore, a man should make every effort in devotion to the forefathers, for by devotion to the forefathers, he becomes happy either in this or the other world. Thus I have told you, O Daikoshuya, in all the ceremonies concerning the deceased, giving merit to and satisfying the desires of the son, and giving liberation to the forefathers. Any man who is poor but hears this account, even he, absolved from sins, obtains the fruits of gifts. Yay! He who performs according to the rite, the Shraddha offerings described by me, and also hears the Garuda Purana, listen to the fruit for him. The father gives good sons, the grandfather wealth of cows, and his great-grandfather becomes the giver of riches. The great-great-grandfather gives foods in abundance. All these gratified by the Shraddha, granting the son's desires, go on the way of righteousness to the mansion of the king of justice, and there they remain highly respected in the assembly of righteousness. Sultan said, having heard the result of the after-death gifts and their mighty greatness, thus declared by the blessed Vishnu, Garuda went into raptures. Okay, should I take a break? I kind of don't want to take a break because, yeah, I'm going to keep going. So let me change my scene. Get prepared. Next up is, I only have 40 minutes. Okay. I'll do Ragbeda. In English, it's Rigbeda. Rag. There's Ra and Ra. And the spelling is Ragbeda. Ragbeda. It's Book 1, Chapter 182. Okay. I think I'm ready. Alright, 182. Yeah, 182. Here we go. Namaste. 아푸디담 바유나무 슈 부셔땅을 나토 부르셔는 바는 마다타 부르셔는 바는 마다땅을 많이 슈이너흐 디암지는 방을 디슈누여 비시팔라 바수 디보 나방아 땅을 수끄르테 슈치브라 땅을 이는드라 땅을 히 비슈누여 마루드 땅을 다스랑 담시시트 라티 땅을 불남 라탐 바헤테 마트바 아치땀 때나 다시밤 사무바 야토 아시비나알 기마트라 다스랄 그르누타흐 기마사테 자노 야흐 가시티다 하빌마히야테 아티 그라메시tam주라tam 바누에라숨 지오틸비프라야 그르누tam 바차시아베 아문파야 따마피토 라야타흐 슈노 하탐 무르토 비다투스타니아 쉐비나알 짬바짬 자리뚜 라트니님 그르타무파 샴삼 나사티야 바탐 마마 유바메탐 자크라투흐 시는투슈 블라바마트 마는 바는땀 바쿠슈이넘 다우그리야야 까무 예나 데바트랄 마나살 이루하투흐 수파프타니 베타투흐 구쇼다소 마하흐 아바비드탐 다우그리야 마프 스바는 따라나라문 파누에 다우그리야 마프 스바는 따라나라문 파누에 다우그리야 마프 스바는 따라나라문 파누에 다마시 브라비드타무 자타수로 나보 자탈라시아 주시드 우다시비 피안 미슈이땅아흐 마라야는티 파라야는티. I'm being seriously harassed. I'm trying to read in the midst of the harassment. 까흐 스비드 burkushuo 니슈투이또 마티에 알노소 얌 다우그리오 나 티타흐 바리아쇼스바잣 바리아쇼스바자트 발너 무르가시아 바타로리바 아라파 우다시비나 우하투흐 슈로마타야 까무 다드밤 나라 나사디아바누 슈디아드밤 마나사 우짜타마 보짜난 우짜타마 보짜느 아스마다디아 사다사흐 소미아다 비디아메셴 부르자남 지라다누무. Namaste. That was really rough. That's how it sounds when I'm being harassed. I'm being actively harassed, like they're trying to shut me out. Like this is not America right now here. This is North Korea. This was the task. Appear promptly, ye prudent ones. Here is the chariot drawn by strong steeds. Ye be glad. Heart stirring, longed for, succorers of Rishabala. Here are heaven's sons who sway blesses the pious man. Longed for, most Indra-like, mighty, most Marut-like, most wonderful indeed, car-born best charioteers. Bring your full chariot hither, heap with liquid sweet. Thereon ye Ashevins come to him who offer gifts. What make ye there, ye mighty? Wherefore linger ye with folk who, offering not, are held in high esteem? Pass over them, make ye the niggard's life decay. Give light unto the singer, eloquent in praise. Crunch up on every side the dogs who bark at us. Slay ye our foes, O Ashevins, this ye understand. Make multi every word of him who praises you, except with favor both Nazatyas. This my Lord. Ye made for Tugurasan amid the water floods that animated a ship with wings to fly withal. Run on with God devoted mind, ye brought him forth and fled with easy flight from out the mighty surge. Four ships most welcome in the midst of ocean, urged by the Ashvin, saved the son of Tugura, him who was cast down headlong in the waters, plunged in the thick inevitable darkness. What tree was that which stood fixed in surrounding sea, to which the son of Tugura supplicating clung? Like twigs of which some winged creature may take hold, ye Ashvins bore him off safely to your renown. Welcome to you, be this the hymn of praises, uttered by Manas, Onazatyas, the heroes. From this our gathering, where we offer Soma, may we find strengthening food in full abundance. Okay, I guess I need to take a break. I need to cool off a little bit. When you get harassed so much, I guess it's normal for me to, get bent out of shape. Is it normal to get bent out of shape? A little bit, when you get harassed so much. You get picked on for doing what you're doing, doing what you love to do. Which in my case is reading Sanskrit. And you get harassed for reading Sanskrit, or you get harassed for being religious in your own room in America. Is that what's going on here? I'm standing for what is righteous. Otherwise, there's no point of believing in God. Gods needed men and men needed God for protection. The relationship was symbiotic to begin with. It's a beginningless and endless relationship. Men needed God and gods needed men. Men needed God for protection and gods needed to be sustained by men. And it's a beginningless relation. There was never a beginning of that, God and men relationship. It's almost like man and woman relationship. It's a beginningless relationship. Man and woman is a beginningless relationship. Same thing with God and men. What was my point in all this? I don't know. Okay, Yoga Sutras next. Oh yeah, I should talk about everyone's just too nonchalant nowadays. It's not, I don't care if they're nonchalant. It's just, if you've been a victim of a serious crime, how wrong is it for you to go after another victim of another serious crime who's trying to better himself? Like he or she is trying to accomplish what you couldn't accomplish. Maybe maybe you're missing a pinky toe or something, and the person is growing his pinky toe, and the other victim's going, oh, you can't do that, and trying to stop the person. That's what's going on here. I don't think human beings do that. I really, really think only monkeys do that. That's not a proper human behavior. A human being sees another bettering himself, and maybe it is a human behavior. I don't know, but it's not a quality behavior. It's not even a normal human behavior. It's not even an acceptable human behavior. It's I call it as far as a monkey behavior. That's how serious this matter is. You're being a victim of a serious crime, and you see another similar victim of a crime who's been through a similar crime just as much as you, and that person is growing missing limbs. You can't do that. Whack. That's the victim. Whacking. Not all victims, but they do exist. I didn't know that they existed. That's why I'm shocked. So I must be careful myself, because I'm in a victim of a serious crime. That's why I can't act anymore. I should have been dead 5 years ago. Still alive somehow. It takes me a lot of effort to breathe. It takes me 5 times the effort to speak. So most people thought I was Chinese. Even people on the internet thought I was just Chinese. I'm a funny Chinese guy. I have nothing to do with China. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I like the Chinese people. Though. Yeah, they're cool. I mean, they're the same thing. I mean, you have, as long as you have serious criminals in your country, you have bad people in your country. Period. As long as you have serious criminals and their victims living in your country, you're in a messed up country, man. You're nowhere near heaven. Figure that one out if you're working for the government. As long as you have serious criminals and even the victims, they're not innocent. The victims of serious criminals, as long as they live through their lives from the incident, from then on, years and years living, there are two kinds of people resulting from this. The two kinds of victims are good victims, and the other kinds are bad victims, otherwise known as enablers. Enablers are the energy of the serious criminals. They are the power source. The enablers are the power plug. They're the without them, serious criminals will cease to exist. We're talking about a unfortunate symbiotic relationship here between serious criminals and their victims of serious criminals. I guess the victims in that case, when they become bad victims, they're blaming God for whatever happened to them to an extent, to a point that it's being displayed to other people, such as me, as, hey, I'm being harassed. I'm trying to, heal myself here. So, and if this offends anybody, and you're gonna tell me, no victims of crime are bad people, are gonna turn out to be bad people. Is that what you're telling me? It's not possible for a victim of serious crime to turn out to be an enabler later. I'm not talking about every single one, mind you. I'm talking about maybe a certain percentage. Because I've seen enough. I'm 46 years old. It's not just 1 or 2 people on the planet. We're talking about 1 or 2% at least, if not more. 10 to 20%, 30%, 33%. It's a big number we're dealing with here. That's why the matter is important. Important to deal with the victims of serious crimes later on, and as they progress or degress. And when they degress, they will attack good people, because they can't attack bad people. They're subjugated by them. They're king. Jesus said you can only serve one of the 2 masters. You can only serve God or they cannot serve God. They are under the subject of Satan, the serious crime that was committed to them. They're bound by them. I would even go as far as to say 1/4 of the victims of crime end up being enablers themselves. And now I'm gonna get harassed for saying that. And this is America. I'm not broadcasting from China. This is not Korea. Even this is not Japan. This is, somewhere on the East Coast of America, and I'm an American citizen. The reason why I speak funny is because I should have died 5 years ago, and it takes me about 5 times the effort to speak. Used to take me 20 times the effort to speak, and if you don't believe me, watch some of my videos from July of this year. I only started streaming from 5 months ago. 5 months ago, yeah. 5 months ago. Okay, let's get to my studies. There's a character I don't like. Okay, I have about 30 minutes left. 마를밤. Namaste. Kim, Cha, Tatra, Niratishayam, Salvajinya Bijama. Yadidamati Tana Gata Prati Utpanana Prati Eka Mamutuchayati Nandriya Grahano Maripam. Yadidamati Tana Gata Prati Utpanana Prati Eka Samuchayati Nandriya Grahano Maripam. Yadidamati Tana Gata Prati Utpanana Prati Eka Samuchayati Nandriya Grahano Maripam. Bahuviti. Yeah, got it. Thought it was a misprint. 따뜻살바지냐 비자메 따드비탈 비발타. 따뜻살바지냐 비자메 따뜻살바지냐 비자메 따드비팔타마남. 따뜻살바지냐 비자메 따드비팔타마. 따뜻살바지냐 비자메 따드비발타. 따뜻살바지냐 비자메 따드비팔타마남. Sorry. 살바지냐 비자메 따드비발타마남. 오케이. 따뜻살바지냐 비자메 따드비발타마남. 살바지냐 비자메 따드비발타마. 살바지냐 비자메 따드비발타마남. 야뜨라 니라티샤얌 사 살바지냐흐. 아스티 까시트 브라프티흐. 살바지냐 비자시야 Satishayatte Bhat Parimana Baditi. Satishayatte Bhat Parimana Baditi. Yatra Kasheta Praptiljiñanasya Sa Salvajiñaha Sa Jan Purusha Vishesha Iti Samanyamatropa Samhare. Number 1. Guru. I'm gonna get harassed again. Ja. Guru to pakushaya manumanam na vishesha pratipatatau samaltamiti. Nasya samjinya di vishesha pratipatatira gamataha. Pariyan beshuya. Tasya dama nugraha bhavepi Buddha nugrahat Buddha nugrahah prayojanam. Did I skip a page? No, sorry. Jnana talmopadeshena Karipa pralaya maha pralayashu samsarinaha purusha nudutari shuyamiti tathai jogatama adi vidavana nilmana jitatamatishitaya karunuya de bhagavan paramai mai shuipa rasuraya karunuya de bhagavan paramai shuira suraya jijinya samanaya tanantram pro jati proshwa jati. I need to look up a couple of words actually. This one and another one that I saw here. Tatra, yatra. Yatra. Okay, that's cool. And then this one. Oh, nudutari shuyamiti. Okay, and then this one. Probachati. Furthermore, in this, the germ of the omniscient is at its utmost excellence. This our process of knowing, the supersensuous, whether in the past or future or present, whether separately or collectively, whether it be small or great, is the germ of the omniscient. He verily in whom this germ, as it increases progressively, reaches its utmost excellence, is the omniscient. It is possible for the germ of the omniscient to reach this limit, for it admits of degrees of excellence, as in the case of any ascending scale. He in whom the limit of thinking is reached is the omniscient, and he is a special kind of self. An inference exhausts its force in bringing a general proposition to a conclusion, but is powerless to prove a particular instance. Therefore, the ascertainment of the one's special name is to be sought out in the verbal communication. Although he is above all feelings of self-gratification, yet the gratification of living beings is a sufficient motive. He may be conceived as resolving by instruction in knowledge and in right living at the dissolution of the mundane period, and at the great dissolution I will lift up human beings who are whirled in the vortex of existence. And likewise it hath been said, the first knower, assuming a creative mind stuff through compassion, the exalted the supreme sage unto Asuri who desired to know, declared this doctrine. Okay, I might just do this until the end. Sutram. Tomorrow I'll finish book 1 again. Sa eshaha pulvesha mapi guruha kalena na pachichedat pulve hi guravaha kalena pachichidianante. Number 1. Machichidia. Okay. Kalena pachichidiate yatra pachichedal tena kalo nopa baitate sa esha pulvesha mapi guruha yatasiya Sagasya Deo Prakaishagatia Siddhatasatata Tikrananta Siddhatasatata Tikrananta Sarga Dishivapi Pratyetavyah. Pratyetavyah. That's it. The same teacher of the primal also, for as much as there is no limitation by time. No one doubts that the primal sages are limited by time. He to whom time does not apply, insofar as it might be a limiting object, is the teacher even of the primal sages, as he is perfected in that mode of existence, which is perfection at the commencement of the present creation, so he is to be recognized at the beginning of past creations also. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna change my scene. Music gets too loud. It drowns the Sanskrit. And I normalize the volume on Spotify. The normalization is not always accurate. I'm sorry. Like, what? What did he say? He badmouthed the technology of volume normalization. But it's not perfect yet. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Tasya panchakaha pranavaha panchya ishvaraha pranavasya kimasya samketa krutam panchya panchakatva matam panchya panchakatva panchya panchakatva matha panchya panchakatva matha Pradipa prakasha padavasatita miti. Pradipa prakasha padavasatita miti. Satitosya panchasya panchakena saha sambanantaha. Samketa sutavi shivarasya satitamebhalta mapinayati. Satitamebhaltamapinayati. Yatha vasititaha pita putrayoha sambanantaha samketena badiotyate ayamasya pita ayamasya putra iti aganantare shivapi vajya vajaka shakatya pekushasa tathaiva samketaha griyate Samparati patati nityataya nityaha shabdaltha sambananta ityaгаminaha pratijanate. I need to double check this fuzzy character. Simple task. I think. Oh no, I've gone a little further than I thought. Yeah, got it. Cool. The word expressing him is the mystic syllable. The Ishvara is the object expressed by the mystic syllable. Is the expressiveness of this the work of usage, or is it permanent, like the light to the lamp? The relation of this thing to be expressed to the expressive word is fixed, but the usage by the Ishvara declares this is fixed meaning. Thus the relation of father and son is permanent, but the verbal statement that that man is this man's father is suggested by usage. And the usage with regard to the relation between expressive words and things expressed is made by him to serve with the distinct reference to the power of expression, which they had in formal creations also. Sorry, it's the aftermath of me being harassed. I stutter after being harassed. I think it's a normal response. I'm not. It's not that. I hope people don't see me as someone I'm not. I'm stuttering because I got harassed just a while ago. Now it's the aftermath or the subliminal impressions resulting from the harassment. And the usage with regard to the relation between expressive words and things expressed is made by him to serve with a distinct reference to the power of expression which they had in former creations also. The authoritative sages maintain that the relation between a word and an intended object is eternal, insofar as the consensus is eternal. Virginia Daba Jiaba Jakatavasya Yoginaha Dajijapata Dalta Pavanam Dajijapata Dalta Dajijapata Dalta Pavanam Pranovasya Japaha Pranova Pitayasya Jashivarasya Pavanam Tadasya Yoginaha Pranovam Japataha Pranovam Ja Pavayatashititamekangram Sampadyate Tatai Jokutama Sivatyaya Diogamasita Yogat Sivatyaya Mamanet Sivatyaya Yoga Sampatya Paramatma Prakashate Iti. I got just harassed big time while I was trying to pronounce this word here. Sivatyaya Yoga Sampatya Sivatyaya Yoga Sampatya Paramatma Prakashate Iti. Okay. Pavayata Shichitamekangram Sampadyat. Cool. Now by the yogin who has recognized the power of the word to express the thing, repetition of it and reflection upon its meaning. The repetition of the mystic syllable and reflection upon the Ishvara who is signified by the mystic syllable. Then in the case of this yogin who thus repeats the mystic syllable and reflects upon its meaning, mind stuff attains to singleness of intent. And so it hath been said, through study let him practice yoga, through yoga let him meditate on study. By perfectness in study and in yoga, Supreme Soul shines forth clearly. So I want to talk about this sutra quickly. So it talks about the mystic syllable. Most texts assume that this mystic syllable is a sound but the Yoga Sutra text itself does not signify which syllable or the sound it is. I dare say that the mystic syllable right now in Kali Yuga is Kurushana. It's 2 syllables, but do we know if the word is singular or multiple, or it doesn't matter? Countable or uncountable? It's just as the mystic syllable. It doesn't tell you it's It doesn't directly tell you. And I did not read the word within the text. It just says mystic syllable in Sanskrit, probably. So right now the mystic syllable is Urushuno. And that's my theory, and I'm banking on that theory. Okay, so moving on. I guess it used to be the word but I think starting Kali Yuga things are different now, So Namaste. And a lot of I find that even the Hindus who still believe, they're not too much over. They don't want to understand, except the fact that this is Kali Yuga. This is like serious business stuff. Okay, Namaste. Kim Jasya Pavati Tatahu Pratyakchatana Tikamopyanantaraya Pavashija Pratyakchatana Tikamopyanantaraya Pavashija Ye Tavadanantaraya Vyatipra Prutayas Vyatipra Prutayasate Tavadi Shivara Pranuita Nanana Pavananti Sivarupa Daishanamapyasya Pavati Yathaiva Shivaraha Purushaha Shuddhataha Parasananaha Kevalonu Pasaigas Tata Yamapi Kevalonu Pasaigas Tata Yamapi Buddhateha Paratisambedi Yaha Purushasitamati Gachichati. There's number 1. Purusha Ityevamati Gachichati. Okay. Yeah, I find that a lot of. I'll finish reading this and then I'll. What else comes to him? Thereafter comes the right knowledge of him who thinks in an inverse way, and the removal of obstacles. Whatever obstacles there be, disease and the rest, all these are removed by devotion to the Ishvara, and he comes to a side of his own self, real self. He has the right knowledge, which sees that as the Ishvara is a self and is undefiled and undisturbed, and isolated and exempt from accidents. So he also is a self, conscious of its thinking substance. Well, before I get to talking about modern Hindus or those of the Sanatana Dharma, I have to accept the fact that when bad things happen to me, like, because, automatically I'm thinking more pious because I'm reading Sanskrit. Oh, how dare they attack me? I have to accept the fact that I'm being harassed while I'm reading Sanskrit because it's part of my karma. If I don't accept it, I'm just going to get angry. I don't want to be angry anymore. That's my point. So in order to move on from being angry and move on, period, I don't want to stay in the same place. Anger, after a while, it's not fun anymore. Anyway, so yeah, I have to remember myself that, even these miscreants, creators, these creatures of the earth are, not accepting of my Sanskrit. I have to accept the fact that it's happening. The harassments are happening to me as part of my karma, payback from God to me. That's what I have to accept. So now talking about the Hindus, modern Hindus, so I find that a lot of them they're stuck in the Dwapara Yuga. They're not living in Kali Yuga. They still think this is Dwapara. Like, oh yeah, things are still like fine and dandy. Like things are. No, it's a form of ignorance if you do that, and you're not seeing the world as it is. It's a horrible, horrible world. This is Kali Yuga. A lot of bad things. People are deep frying cats for survival. Not everyone. Just you gotta say some people. You can't just say people. Like we're all one. Or are we two? Are we gonna be Gog and Magog? And just is it really gonna be people of children of God versus the people of the deep frying cats people? Who are you rooting for, Mister? Are you rooting for the children of God or people who deep fry cats for breakfast? What's for lunch? Oh, we're gonna saute. Okay, done. I'm done talking about it. That's as satanic as I get. Please forgive me. My only excuse for talking about such stuff is my mouth is satanic. And it's probably because of my birth or past karmas. Okay, moving on. Namaste. Ata. Genantaraya. Ye chitatasya. Pikushwepahu. Number 1. Pikushwepakahu. Pikushwepakahu. Ke punasate. Kiyananto. Vati. Vyatisatyana samshaya. Vyatisatyana samshaya prama. Vyatisatyana samshaya pramadalasya viratishra pranati darshana lamampa labata phumi katavana pasati tatavani. This might be my last one. Vyatisatyana samshaya prab. Vyatisatyana samshaya pramadalasya viratis. Vyatisatyana samshaya. Vyatisatyana samshaya pramadalasya virati prananti darshana labata phumi katavana vasati tatavani. It's passable. I'm gonna try to do it one more time. I think I got it. Vyatisithyana samshaya paramada lasya virati prananti daishana labhata phumi katavana vasati tatavani. Alright, twice is enough. Chittata bhikushwepa, chittata bhikushwepa satan tanantaraya, chittata bhikushwepa satan, chittata bhikushwepa satanantara, chittata bhikushwepa satanantaraya. Navanantaraya shichitasya bhikushwepa sahaite chittata purutati pilpavan chittata purutati pilpav chittata purutati pibil chittata purutati pilpavananti chittata purutati pilpavan chittata purutati. This is my pronunciation after the aftermath of being harassed. It's hard for me to say a lot of stuff because that's what the attackers intended to do, is block the nerves so it doesn't flow freely. 사이때 지드다 부르드디 필파바는디 에테쇼마 파베 나 파바는디 볼보그다 시지드다 부르드다야흐. Is there a number one? I think I missed out on number one. Oh, okay, never mind. Number two, Yahoo. 따뜨라. 미야틸타 뚜라 사카라. 미야틸타 뚜라 사카라 너 바이셔미야무. 스티아나 말까마 누였. 스티아나 말까마 누였다. 제트타시암. 삼샤얌. 우파야 꽃도에 스포르 그 비진년. 우파야 꽃도에 스포르 그 비진년암. 시아디다메밤 나이밤 시아디티. 프라마다흐 사마티사타나나마 파바나무 알라시암 까야시아 치트타시아 짱 구르트바다 프라브르드티흐 아비라티시 치트타시아 비셔야 삼프라 요가트마 갈타흐 프라는 디다샤남 비파리아 야지냐나무 알라부타푸 미카트밤 사마티푸메랄라파흐 아나바스티타트밤 야르라부타얌 푸메오 지트타시아 프라티시트 사마티프라티라문페 히 사티 다다바스티탐 시아디티 에테 지트타 비쿠슈에pan 나바 요가말라 요가 프라티파쿠슈 요가는따라야 프라 이티야 피티야는데. Oh wait, I forgot number 3. Sorry. I have to read it again. 라부탄 라부타얌 야르라부타얌 푸마오 지트타시아 파라티시트 사마티프라티라문페 히 사티 다다바스티탐 시아디티 에테 지트타비쿠슈에pan 나바 요가말라이 요가 프라티파쿠슈 요가는따라야 이티야 피티야는데. Got through even with all the harassments that are, So what did I do wrong? You're reading Sanskrit. Really? That's what I'm doing wrong? But what are these obstacles? Those which distract the mind stuff. But what are these and how many are they? Sickness and languor and doubt and hatelessness and listlessness and worldliness and erroneous perception and failure to attain any stage and instability in the state. These distractions of the mind stuff are the obstacles. There are 9 obstacles, the distractions of the mind stuff. These appear together with the fluctuations of the mind stuff, and they are not found where the aforesaid fluctuations of mind stuff are not. Sickness is a disorder in the humors or in the secretions or in the organs. Languor is a lack of activity in the mind stuff. Doubt is a kind of thinking which touches both alternatives, so that one thinks this might be so, might not be so. Heedlessness is a lack of reflection upon the means of attaining concentration. Listlessness is a lack of effort due to heaviness of body or of mind stuff. Worldliness is greed of the mind stuff, and its essence lies in addiction to objects of sense. Erroneous perception is the thinking of misconceptions. Failure to attain any stage is not attaining any stage of concentration. Instability in the state is a failure of the mind stuff to remain in the stage attained. If the concentrated stage of development had been reached, it would of course have remained in it. Thus it is that these distractions are called the 9 blemishes of yoga, the 9 foes of yoga, the obstacles of yoga. My body wants to do one more. Alright, if I can get through it easily, I'll just quit. That's what I'll do. Duhakadao Dalmanasya. Duhakadao Manasya Ganga Mejayat Vashiva Sas Prashashiva Sa Prashiva. Duhakadao Manasya Ganga. Duhakadao Manasya Ganga Mejayat Vashiva Sa Prashiva Sa Bikushwapa Saha Puvahu. Duhakama Tiatmikama Tipautikama Tidaibikam. Duhakama Tiatmikama Tipautikama Tidaibikam Cha. Yena Pihata Pranuinasatadapaka Pranuinasatadapaka Pranuinasatadapak. This is what happens when I get distracted. Pranuinasatadapak Pranuinasatadapaka Pranuinasatadapaka Taya Pranuinasatadapaka Pranuinasatadapaka Papa Pranuinasatadapaka Taya Sitadupan Pranuinasatadupaka Taya. Maybe that's the correct one. Prayatanante Tadu Duhakama Dalmanasyam Bichicha Dalmanasyam Bichicha Bich Dalmanasyam Bichicha Bikata Chatasaha Ushopaha Yadaganga Niejaya Yadaganga Niejayati. Is it Padaganga Niejayati or Yadaganga? Alright. I'm being seriously harassed right now. There's monkeys. These monkeys. Whoever's harassing me while I'm reading my Sanskrit is a monkey. Worse than a monkey. Worse than a monkey. Whoever's distracting me, harassing me while I'm reading Sanskrit is worse than a monkey. And just a fact. If monkeys don't do that. Yadaganga Niejayati Kamya Kamampayati Dada Dadaganga Mejayatavama Prano Yadabahyam Payuma Jamati Sa Shiva Saha Yatakaushutuyam Payum Dihasarayati Sa Prashiva Saha Yate Bikushwepa Saha Puvo Bikushwepata Chitata Siaite. I want to read it again. Ete Bikushwepa Saha Puvo Bikushwepata Chitata Siaite Pavananti Samahita Chitata Siaite Na Pavananti Pain and despondency and unsteadiness of the body and inspiration and expiration are the accompaniments of the distractions. Pain proceeding from self, pain proceeding from living creatures, and pain proceeding from the gods. Pain is that by which living beings are stricken down and for the destruction of which they struggle. Despondency is agitation of mind due to an impediment of its desire. Unsteadiness of the body is that which makes it unsteady, makes it tremble. Inspiration is breathing which sips in the air which is outside. Expiration is that which makes abdominal air flow outwards. These are the accompaniments of the distractions. These occur in one whose mind stuff is distracted. These do not occur in one whose mind stuff is concentrated. I want to keep going. I don't know why I want to keep going, but this one is long. Maybe it'll satiate my desire. Ataite Vikuswepa Samati Parati Pakusho Seta Pia Samati Parati Pakusho Seta Pia Meva Pia Sabaira Gya Pia Nirodita Tatra Pia Sasya Vishaya Mupasam Hana Haranan Didamaha Vishaya Mupa Samharan Nidana Maha Vishaya Mupa Samharan Nidamaha Tat Pratishwadai Tameka Tatva Piasaha Tat Pratishwadai Tameka Tatva Piasaha. Bikushwepa Prati Shwetai Tamekatatva Balam Chitadama Piasat Yasya tu Pratyaltaniyatam Pratyayamataram Kushwonuikam Cha Chitatam Tasya Salvameva Chitatamekagram Nasatyeva Bikushwepatam Yadi Punaridam Saibataha Pratya Hyahtiaika Suminin Nalte Pratya Hurutyaika Suminin Nalte Samati Yate Tadai Pavatieka Gramitiato Na Pratyaltaniyatam Yopi Sadrusha Pratyaya Prabhahena Chittatameka Gram Maniate Tasyaika Grata Yadi Prabhaha Chittatasya Talmasutadaikam Nasati Prabhaha Chittatam Kushonuikatvat Atha Prabhaham Shasyaiva Pratyayasya Talmahu Sa Saibahu Sadrusha Pratyaya Prabhahi Ba Pisadrusha Pratyaya Prabhahi Ba Pratyaltaniyatatva Dekagra Yavati Vikushviputachitata Nupapatitiha Tasma Dekama Nekal Tamabatsitam Tasma Dekamanekal Tamabasititam Chitatamiti Yadi Jan Chitite Naike na Nanan Vita Chitite Naike na Nanan Vita Sivapabapinen na Pratyaya Jayeranan Nata Katamania Pratyaya Durushitasya Smaltan Pabet Anya Pratyayopachittasya Jan Kaima Chayasya Nyah Pratyaya Upapokatan Pabet. Number 1. Sama. Sama. I don't see sama. Oh, Samadhi yama nama pietad koma yapa yatsi yanya yama pakushvi pati. Samadhi yama nama pietad koma yapa yasi yanya yama kushvi pati. I got rest in the middle of it. Samadhi yama nama pietad koma yam. Samadhi yamana. Samadhi yama nama pietad goma yapa yasi yaniya yama kushripati. That's probably the hardest word of the day at the end. Gatam chit. No, I gotta do the alternative first. Samadhi yama nama pietad goma yapa. Samadhi yama nama pietad goma yapa yasi yaniya yama kushripati. Makushri pati. Samadhi yama nama pietad goma yapa yasi yaniya yama kushri pati. Okay, that was the alternative and the original. Gatam chitta samadhi yama nama pietad goma yapa yasi yaniya yama kushri pati. Kushri pati. Kim jan sivatmano bhava bahuna pasachita tasya nyatave. Sivatmano bhava bahuna pasachita tasya nyatave. Sorry, somebody's like punching the floor. Like I'm vibrating. Kim jan sivatmano bhava bahuna pasachita. Sivatmano bhava bahuna pasachita tasya nyatave prapnoti. How long is this? I kind of want to check the spelling before I move on. I'm pretty sure this is what happens when I get harassed. I become unsure of the things I'm sure about. So, although this is not legit, I have to do it. Kimcha. Yeah, although I wouldn't like to do it, I have to do it. Huh, use a different word. Huna, got it, cool, okay. Kim Jan Sivatmano Bhava Bahuna Pasachita Tasya Nyatave Prapnoti. Katam Yada Hamadra Kusham Tatas Purushami Yachachas Prakusham Tatapashyami Tyahamiti. And there's number 1. Shyamyaha. Tatapashyamyahamiti. Tatapashyami Tyahamiti. Pratyayahu. Saivasya. Pratyayasya. Pede sati. Pratyayinya pede nopasthitahu. Pratyayinya pede nopasthitahu. Eka pratyaya vishoyo yama pedatma hamiti. Eka pratyaya vishoyo yama pedatma hamiti. Number 2. Yibi. Eka pratyaya vishoyo yama pedatma hamiti. Pratyayahu Katamatyananta Pinaneshu Chitateshu Vaitamanahu. Katamatyananta Pinaneshu Chitateshu Vaitamanahu. Number 3. Vaitamanam. Yeah, somebody keeps banging on the floor. Why are they doing it? Because they're demon possessed. They committed a really horrible crime, which is most likely in this particular case, or they've been a victim of crime and their demons are acting up. They can control themselves. In that case, in the victim, sometimes I would dare say that sometimes it's their subconscious doing. They're not aware of what they're doing. Samanyamekam pratyayinama shirayat Sivano pavagra hyashijayama peda mahamiti. Sivano pavagra hyashijayama peda. Sivano pavagra hyashijayama peda mahamiti. Pratyayahu. Sivano pavagra hyashijayama peda mahamiti. Pratyayahu. Thanks for bearing with me. Na ja pratyakushasya Mahatimyam Pramana Pramana Nantareno Pipuyate. Is it none or not? No, it's 19 o'clock. It's a little fuzzy there. Shouldn't be hard to find because it's all at the end. Almost at the end. Brahmano는 okay. Brahmano는 따르는 피푸야떼. Brahmano는 따람자 브라티아쿠셔 발레나이바 비아바하람 라파떼. 다스마데카메 네카 다스마데카마네카 알타마비스티탐 자 지트탐. Okay. Okay, that ends the Sanskrit reading for the day. Now I'm just gonna read the translation and finish. Furthermore, these distractions, the force of concentration, are to be restricted by the same practice and passionlessness. Of these, in summing up, he describes the object to which the practice. To check them, practice upon a single entity. To check them, let him practice his mind stuff by making it rest upon a single entity. But one whose mind stuff is nothing more than an idea limited to one object after another, and is momentary, of this the mind stuff as a whole is surely not single in intent, and it is surely not distracted. But if this is withdrawn from all and concentrated upon one, then it may be said to be single in intent, and hence not limited to one object after another. If, on the other hand, of him who maintains that the mind stuff becomes single in intent as a stream of similar ideas, singleness in intent be a property of the mind stuff as a stream, then the mind stuff as a stream could not be a single thing because it changes from moment to moment. If, however, the singleness of intent is a property of an idea only insofar as it forms a part of the stream, then whether it consists in a stream of similar ideas or in a stream of dissimilar ideas, it is all of it in no wise other than single in intent, inasmuch as it is limited to one object after another, and the fact that mind stuff is distracted is unexplained. Therefore, it may be said that mind stuff is a single thing, has many intended objects, is stable. Furthermore, if ideas accidentally related and different in nature were produced by a single mind stuff, then what a situation! One idea would be the remembrancer of a thing seen by another idea, and one idea would be later the experiencer of the latent impression of kaima accumulated by another idea. Even if this could in some way be harmonized, it would surpass the maxim of the cow dung as a milky preparation. Moreover, if the mind stuff is to be another, then he denies the experience of his own self. How does the idea I, in such expressions as I am touching what I have seen, and I am seeing what I have touched, inhere in one common substrate of ideas if all the ideas have nothing in common? How could the idea I am this undivided self, which has a single idea as its object, and which persists in absolutely different mind stuffs, become hypostasized in one generic substrate of ideas? The idea I am this undivided self is knowable in one's own experience. Moreover, the authority of our perception is not overthrown by any other source of valid ideas, whereas any other source of valid ideas comes into use only by virtue of a perception. Consequently, the mind stuff is one, has many objects, and is stable. Okay, that's enough for today. I got a beating from the outside world while I'm reading Sanskrit, as usual. This is like a normal occurrence. People used to complain to Nityananda, Shri Nityananda, about, their inability to recite Sanskrit in Kali Yuga because they will get harassed by strangers. So what are we supposed to do, Lord Nityananda, Shri Nityananda? What are we supposed to do? The people of this age are so degraded to the point that they'll harass people reading a holy text from, millions of years ago. What should we do, Shri Nityananda? And Nityananda replied, read it 3 times. That's enough. That was his reply. Just read it 3 times. Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna chant in less than an hour, probably like 45 minutes from now. Thank you. Namaste. God bless you. In King Ya Usha's name, God bless. Oh wait, I have to fix this thing. So starting tomorrow is Book 1, Sutras 33, and towards the end, I might get to finish the book tomorrow. How is it possible? They're really, really short. After like Sutra 42 or something, they get really, really, really short. Or 38 maybe, I don't know. One of those. Okay, thank you. Namaste.